Would you ever want to like be in a throuple?
Can she and I have sex while he cleans and cooks?
Welcome to Los Angeles, your local Sapphic Classifieds, where we feature the hottest, coolest, smartest, most awesome single queer women in LA.
Every week on Les Angeles, we talk dating, connection, and the struggle of trying to find love as queer women in a city where everyone is hot and no one is emotionally available.
We're your hosts. I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Ruby.
We're queer matchmakers, business partners, and full-time cat moms.
Thank you for tuning into this week's episode.
Today's guest is Sarah Ann. She thinks cats are angels sent from heaven. She can teach you about the Articles of Confederation using peanut butter and jelly, and she may or may not have been born in 1875.
We know you're going to fall in love with her immediately. And when you do, you can submit to date her at lesangelespodcast.com. Finding your wife could really be that easy.
In this episode, we talk with Sarah Ann about the powers of vision boarding, the pros and cons of being in a throuple, and what she's looking for in terms of bed energy. Spoiler alert, it's hot.
Before we start, make sure you like and subscribe wherever you're listening. We're on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts.
Okay, let's get into it.
Welcome to Les Angeles.
I feel like the Bachelorette.
If your future wife is listening, tell us like a little bit about yourself, what you do in your free time, your passions, what your work is, etc.
I am a high school teacher, and that has been a long journey. It's my 13th year, but it's recently really melded together in the position I'm in. That's like turned into my passion. So that's super special. Love, 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 love. We do this thing in teaching called task analysis, where you work backwards from something to try and explain something in the most
Mm.
clear way,
Hmm.
to be able to write directions well for kids, because you'd be surprised, it's really hard to write directions.
I always remember in school, we did like an exercise where it was like write the directions as if an alien who has like never been here had to do it. And I like lived for it. I was like, I'm gonna make it so detailed, you're gonna regret this.
I do an activity like that with peanut butter and jelly
Yes,
where
that's what it was.
oh, I love it. So I do it and I make the kids write them for me and then I demonstrate it. So if they're like, open the jelly, I start whacking it. If they're like, scoop the peanut butter, I like shove, open the bag and I'll like rip open the bread. And it's all an analogy for the Articles of Confederation, our first constitution.
Mm.
Okay.
I
And
see, I see.
I
they
don't.
were trying, but they were trying to write the instructions for a country and they weren't very good.
They weren't
Oh,
specific enough.
Not at all,
Yeah.
So specificity. In my free time, I play pickleball. That's how I know you ladies, which is so fun. It's competitive because it's a game, and I've gotten good enough now to where like I can play and it's actually fun. That's how you.
My first memory of you is watching you play pickleball in very small shorts and a bandeau top.
Like, it's a really weird thing at this age to feel like I never really appreciated my body or loved it as much as like I should have. I was always so judgmental. Now I really love it, but like also like, is that the only thing about me that like people love? I'm sure that it's not, but it's like finding that happy balance of really loving myself physically in a way that I never really got to enjoy before. But then also like trying to find that balance. But like, I'm glad you noticed my little top and shorts. Like, I thought I looked real cute that day.
Absolutely. You stood out because, to be quite honest, I would love to wear that kind of thing, but I'm too self-conscious. And I'm not self-conscious about my body. I'm just self-conscious about like if people would be like, "Oh, why is she like wearing that? Is she like trying to show off or something?" Which is not what I thought of you. It's just like what I would be afraid people would think of me. So anyways, I you stood out to me because I was like, "Oh, she's like super confident because of like that part."
I'm glad that that's not what you thought of me. I think I sometimes have that worry as well, but then I kind of also go back to like, well, yeah, I do want to show it off. Like I
Yeah.
work hard on this. Like I have never been able to. I've always felt so self-conscious. Like, what? And it's gonna not be like that. It's
Hmm.
gonna, at some point, slowly over time, I can do as many things to myself as possible. It's going to change. It's that whole really wanting to love and like embrace and like not feel bad about wearing certain things because I'm like, oh, I like the way I look in this. It does feel good. So please, will you wear less?
Maybe.
I just think it's so fun, like to dress like that's always been kind of like a part of my style for sure. Not all the time, but like I need,
If I were to do it, it would be a huge part because you made me feel comfortable enough to do it.
oh,
And my memory of you is that I think you were wearing a Kansas City hat. Do you have a
yeah.
Kansas City hat? And I told you that I liked your hat because it is also Kelly Clarkson's initials, which I didn't say. I just
And then I volunteered at cat rescue, so like I'm definitely an old lesbian. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's I love cats. I think they're angels sent from heaven. I've always wanted someone who also volunteers. I think that would be really neat. Yeah, I live here in Pasadena and I love it. It's my favorite place on earth and I never want to leave.
But what would you say is your physical type? Like people that you usually go for?
Hot. And she likes football. And I don't really even care. Like, you can just pretend to like football or like wear a cute jersey or like I can tell you about it. Or if you don't know about it, you can be like, oh, tell me about football. And I'll be like, okay, baby, let me tell you about football. I don't know.
But the most important thing is being hot, is what it sounds like.
Oh,
At
God.
least hot energy.
Fun, playful, flirty energy. Like, I
Okay.
love that. And I can find that in a lot of different types. But I think I like sexy, flirty energy. I like to know that you like me right away. I think chemistry is one of the number one things for me. I can get around a lot if there's chemistry. Lately, I definitely feel more attracted to femme girls.
So was it previously different?
Yeah, so I think when I first came out, I was way more still into seeing gender norms, and
Mm.
part of it felt more natural, maybe. But now, as I'm as a little bit older and having more experiences, it's like there's so much differentiation in between all of that. And then there's how someone appears on the outside versus how someone appears. What did someone call it the other day? Bed energy. So that was a really long answer to a really simple question. Let's see. You know what? My therapist told me to do this the other day. I made a vision board.
Ooh, love.
Not, but I gotta make a new one because I did it last year and a lot of the shit came through. Like,
Mhm.
the fucking job shit came through. Like, I had a vision that I'd be doing something to the level that I was doing a couple years ago, come this time this year, and I am, and I'm so fucking excited about it. I like was like, oh, I want love and romance, and also just was like making these tiny collages of these little flowers on there, like a picture of like black and white, two people on like a motorbike or whatever. And earlier in the year, a girl had given me flowers. And in the end, they looked exactly like the vision board, like exactly. And I remember in that moment, I don't know, this was like over the summer, and being like, it's coming true. It's like love, da da da. Oh. And what's funny is like once I started reflecting and going, oh, this job stuff came true. That's so crazy. And this is my first vision board ever, and I feel like I'm just not that kind of a woo-woo person, but I'm into it now. But I realized that like the other stuff came true as well. I just wasn't fucking specific enough. So like the universe was like, here you go. Whereas with other stuff on the board, I had been more specific, and those things it all seemed to come to
I
fruition.
love that stuff. On 11, 11,
You?
11,
Oh,
I
no.
wished for two big wishes, right? Because we have AM and PM. And one of them was that I would meet Kelly Clarkson within one calendar year. And one of them was that I would get an internship at like a specific company. And both of them came true. And so I met her the following summer. And I've worked at that company for 13 years.
I love this. I love everything about it. I feel like it's so worthwhile. Like, even if you don't, even just you saying that, like, makes my heart just like explode and feel hopeful and like, why not? I don't know. I like the idea of the chance of it. Like,
Yeah, because it's all just about letting yourself believe that it's possible, I feel like.
da-na-na dreams, achieve dreams. It's so possible.
Okay,
Oh,
Sarah Ann, would you like to tell us your two truths and a lie?
I removed my own tonsils when I was 8. Um, I'm a great baker and I've lived in 7 states.
Okay, so you're a great baker, you've lived in 7 states, and you removed your own tonsils when you were 8. There's no way that that is a lie if you included it, because that's insane. I feel like it's the baker thing.
I feel like it could either be, well, it could be any of them, right? But I agree with your logic on the tonsil one. I do always think when it's a number one that they're messing with us on the number.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the number of states.
You know, you guys did a good analysis, and I don't think I thought about this as a game. I should have, because, like, you're right about the tonsils. It's so wild. The lie was the baker. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not a good baker. Like, measuring things, taking my time. I'm a little bit of a rusher sometimes, and like, I need to slow down, but it's just like, it's not my joy. I love to eat. I love baked goods. So, like, bake me things. But no, not a great baker. No, thank you.
Okay, so please tell us how you removed your own. As someone who had their tonsils removed as an adult, the story is horrifying to me.
Oh, I
Such
mean,
variety. I still have my tonsils. You had yours removed in a hospital, and you removed your own as a child.
this was the first time I lived in California. We lived in Ridgecrest, California, which is the middle of nowhere. We had this super steep driveway, and my brother and I, my older brother and I, were playing around outside. And you know how you just are like playing around outside, you're just like doing like whatever, just screwing around, being kids. And we were doing something where I was sitting on a skateboard going down the driveway while holding a broom. And I know, and I accidentally turned the bristly part down. And my brother was like, I was trying to hit him out of the way. He was like running backwards, and I was like, ha ha ha, ha, and I accidentally turned it down. The skateboard runs into the broom. It goes into my mouth, hits the back of my throat, and rips out like one and a half of my tonsils. Yeah. And I'm screaming, and my brother is like, I killed my fucking sister. Mom's gonna kill me. We go running inside. My mom is like, what happened? Stop screaming. I thought one of you got hit by a car. And I was like, oh, trying to explain. And then she's thinking I've gotten hit on the outside. And then I lay down on the ground and open up my mouth. And she goes, oh God, oh God, oh, we gotta go. And we got to urgent care, and it had like stopped bleeding, and they were all, it was a pretty clean shot. So like, we don't really want to go in. Like, let's see how it heals up, gargle, like, we don't really want to go back in and cut again. And you sheared them off pretty well. And so for like 2 weeks, I had to like eat Jello and like spit in a cup. It was the worst ever. I do remember that being really miserable, but it's always been a fun story to tell because it's just so wild. I mean, I'm glad I didn't die
Yeah, it
So,
seems like it could have like gone,
horribly wrong.
yeah.
like when they came off, did they go in your
You just like
stomach?
swallow them.
I must have swallowed them. I mean, I don't think they're that much. It's like what, like a fleshy little pocket. Oh, and my like little hangy ball thing, my uvula, it's like a nub
Does that
out.
affect
Okay.
anything?
Wouldn't you like to know? No, I'm just kidding. It affects nothing as far as I know.
What I didn't know about tonsils until I had mine removed is that they literally just go in and peel them off the back of your throat. Like it's
Oh,
not, I
I
assumed
forgot you
that it was
told me
like a
that.
cut and
So
like some
gross.
stitches. And I went in afterwards and I was like, so like, are these stitches dissolvable? Do you have to take them out? And they're like, there are no stitches. I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, we just peeled them off the back of your throat. You have an open wound, and that's why it hurts so bad because you just have an open wound in the back of your throat.
Oh.
It is
It was
gnarly.
not good. It was a gnarly, oh my God. And you actually really remember it because this was
Yeah.
last year.
No, it was like 3 years ago, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Oh my
brutal. It was,
God.
I would say it was the worst like mental pain I've ever been in because
Mhm.
it was the debate of like, do I want to be in like massive physical pain on my throat or like massive physical pain in my like head and stomach because I can't eat, right? Because like eating
Ugh.
hurt.
Ugh.
I was so hungry.
It was really rough. I remember that, like, you can't even swallow. So, like, having like jello, like leaning back and letting it kind of like slide down the throat like a
Yeah.
fucking pelican. Lol. Sorry.
Okay, and what states have you lived in and why did you live in so many?
Okay. I was born in Texas, then moved to
Mhm.
Wyoming, then Missouri, then Indiana, then California, then Nebraska, then Kansas, and now back to California.
So a
Um,
lot of like Midwest.
oh, like I'm fully Midwestern girl, like heart and soul for sure. Oh my God, can we add that? If anyone out there is from the Midwest or likes country music, that would be cool too. So, yeah, my dad worked on the railroad. They get transferred a lot. And most of these places, like you heard earlier, like Ridgecrest, California, because it's the railroad, they go to all the little nooks and crannies to pick up essentially bulk goods like corn or wheat or coal. So,
Why do
we
I feel like you were born in 1875?
well, when Daddy first got the farm, the railroad wanted to come through. And so it's like a really well, also because I was a history teacher for a long time and an economics teacher, so like I also am fascinated by like raw materials. That's so weird. Also, anybody out there into raw materials?
Catan players
Do
would
you,
be
do you-
impressed to hear about
They
coal and
probably
wheat.
love to hear how you picked them up in your covered wagon.
I feel like a railroad baron is going to reach out to you with like a top hat and a mustache and be like, "Ah, that pretty lady you had on, like make her my wife." So dad moved around a lot, moved us around a lot. And I was very young, but it's like some of my earliest memories is actually Green River, Wyoming and the snow banks. And but anyways, yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Green River, Wyoming. Ooh, we had a great basement too with a Nordic track. Okay, I don't know how old you guys are, so I'm like, I don't know if you, how old do you think I am that I had a fucking Nordic track? That's
Well, I
awesome.
think that you were born in 1875.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The Nord, I've got my covered wagon. It's just the Nordic track in the back. Like that's
I think you've lived in 7 states because you like walked the Oregon Trail.
yeah, pretty much. We almost died when we got scurvy from the dried meat. Is this all
Yeah,
lesbians?
Queer
all
women.
People,
queer
queer
women.
women. I like that. Thank you for being inclusive.
How do you identify, Sarah Ann?
I think like lesbian leaning queer. I never want to say never. I will say that like it is so much less black and white than it used to be for me. It like is and it isn't, but like it's just I don't know. There's so much out there that people can enjoy. And the only dating app I've been on, and it's like kind of not embarrassing, but like I do want to share it because I highly recommend it. I went on Field after I got out of a really long, have you guys been on it? Do you know what it is?
I have, yeah. But we know
Okay.
what it is. We're
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
familiar.
I'm sure everyone, for those of you who don't know out there, play the field. And it's just like everyone is on there for everything. It started for like kinks and stuff like that. So it's like definitely like a hookup app. But it was so interesting and it was such a liberating way to essentially explore some of these things, like just in the messaging. Not even having to meet up, although, I did meet up with people. It was really, really freeing and like liberating and made me think of not just being like a lesbian in such a binary way. Like, even though that's how I identify. So for anybody out there who's single and who can explore right now, you should go do it.
Do you have any stories you can share from your time on field?
So couples are really big on there, and that was interesting, like going on some dates with couples. I made great friends with one couple who I just adore them, but that was like something I never even thought about. Like I was just like, and I don't want to say I was judgmental towards it, but it was just one of those things that like came up and like their pictures came up, and I was like, oh, they're really hot, and that was wild. I had never thought in my wildest dreams that like I would do something like that. There was a guy. Oh my God, am I gonna tell this story? Okay, okay. But it's so wild. And and it was so lovely. I met some lovely people on there who honestly, because everything's so open and upfront, that like, I love this couple. They're super sweet. We're still friends. And then there was this guy, I won't use his name. What should we call him? God, he was so hot. He was so hot. He was like
John.
John. God, he was so fucking hot. We just had the most fun messaging each other. Like it was like totally just like wild and free. And he wanted to be dominated. And I had never like spoken like that or even like thought about that ever. And it's not like 100% me, but like I just thought it was so amazing that like through like texting and stuff and through messaging and stuff and through like maybe a meetup or whatever, like just a totally different type of person and interest and identity. Like he fully identifies as straight, but like he fully wants to be dominated. And I didn't go through with it. I couldn't. I just wasn't, I felt like very intimate. But he really wanted to be pegged. And like a lot of straight guys on there are very much asking for domination and pegging and things like that. And your face right now. Are you blown away? Is it so wild?
No, I think that that's
No, I'm
like
sitting in
so
front of me.
shockingly common for men.
Okay, good. Like, am I the only one who's had it was so, but I just loved how like liberating that was. And I was like, sick, fuck, yeah. Like, and then I'm like thinking about it and I'm like, I could see how that could be really fucking hot. Like I could see, and so that was wild. Like, I think just like at how it, at just learning something new about yourself, surprising yourself, not even learning something new, but like surprising myself at this age. I just was like, okay, well, that's cool. That's fun. And that was really a good experience. So, yeah, someone who, if you're out there, someone who is sex positive and someone who is not, I like how I keep coming back to like what this is telling me and what I want.
So you met up with him. Did you guys do any sort of like dumb stuff?
Um,
IRL?
in real, yes. I was so surprised. So we had messaged each other for quite a while. Like we really, like it was really just, and this is one of the things I loved about it field as well was like it was very low stakes. I could
Mm.
it was very low stakes. And also, and this is another reason why I haven't tried the other dating apps. Like it was so transparent what people were there for. But this guy and I've been messaging for a while. We did end up meeting up. He came over once. Best kisser,
Ooh.
phenomenal kisser, hotter in person. Like very rarely do they come over. Do you meet someone from online and they're hotter in person? Even better looking. I just remember being like, fuck John. And so here, okay, again, so here's like this little percent. But there was something about the different way that we hooked up because of those different energies that he was like asking for and it was just phenomenal and fascinating and like again like something that I hadn't been like, oh my God, there's just so much out there to discover and like try. And this was one of those things I'll die on. No one is 100% straight, and I don't think anybody's 100% anything. We are too intricate of beings and individuals and I feel like it can be a really hard thing to feel like you have to sort of choose and be these different things. And yeah, you don't have to. You
Do
can
you
just,
feel like anyone is 100% gay?
no. And like maybe that again, maybe that's like that you want to peg someone or that you want to, even if you're the same gender. And like I'm not trying to take away anybody's how they identify and like what their community is at all. Like please, by all means. But I think it's really important that when I hear from people sometimes and they're a little more shut off, it's just like if I could give them a piece of advice, it would be to open up a little bit. There's lots out there. Go get pegged, is what I'm saying. Everybody get out there and
PSA
get
from
pegging,
Sarah Ann, go get pegged.
you know. So sharing the benefits of field. But the other dating apps everybody says is so awful. Everybody says they're terrible and like, and they're not low stakes. And it feels a little, it's just too much for me. I don't have social media because I find it pretty overwhelming. It feels okay. It feels like people will come my way. And if I want to, peg or go on another throuple date, I'll just get back on field.
Would you ever want to like be in a throuple, like long term?
The thought has passed my mind. Isn't this wild? Like have you guys ever thought about it? Have you guys ever?
I no, I've thought about being in a throuple. I feel like I think I would be jealous at
Ah,
the end of the day.
Yeah,
But I
totally. Same
like
here.
the idea, especially of like joining a married couple or like an established couple, because you're kind of like exciting. You're like the
The
exciting part of
novelty.
it. But I think that that would wear off.
it would wear off, especially if they're established, but I think also like I find myself when I'm thinking about anyone who would I even consider doing that with, it's like I do think I'm probably more attracted to the woman. So we would see, but probably not. I'm kind of jealous. I can be a little insecure and jealous sometimes. We try not to, I'm just being honest. So I think that would be a challenge. No, I don't think so.
Sometimes I wonder if a throuple would almost be easier in that sense because neither of them has to be like this perfect match that like provides everything because it's like each of them could have like some of the things that you need and like everybody could be bringing something different.
Can she and I have sex while he cleans and cooks? Like, I feel really
Yes,
good
Ooh,
about that.
perfect.
I
The
felt,
perfect
you know what?
situation.
And you know what? It's probably on field. I bet there is a guy on there who's like looking for two women to worship.
100%.
probably. That sounds like the perfect throuple. If you could find that, why wouldn't you say yes to that?
It- that's what I mean. Like, if they like it, thank you. Thank you for like being like, sounds logical, sounds
No, I
completely.
mean, that sounds great.
But it's like you said, like going on a date with two people is like you are the center of attention. And it's kind of neat and kind of a cool feeling. But like again, also finding two people that you're attracted to, that's a challenge.
Yeah. And I do think you're always going to be more attracted to one of them.
Yeah,
And probably like them too. Like, I feel like every person is more attracted to one of the other people in the situation.
that's
And if
not.
that's mutual between two of you, then that's going to be a real problem.
I,
That's how relationships happen in the first place.
I do wonder how often a throuple starts and it just turns into like a two-person relationship
A
with the other
different
person feeling really
couple.
sad.
I think pretty often, at least people I've talked to. I don't think it's unheard of. Well, and like that's the thing. Like, I am not the person to be commenting on like polyamory or poly relation. Like, I don't have any experience. I don't know. I definitely identify as monogamous. Again, like, just never be like 100% walled off to everything. You know what I mean? Where it's like, no, I don't feel like that's a good way of really living life in general.
That makes
Keep an
sense.
open mind.
Keep an
Yeah.
open mind. Keep an open mind. You'd have to be really fucking specific in a throuple. Jesus.
Some people you have to be very specific with instructions to give very detailed alien like instructions during sex.
Are you a communicator? Do you communicate? Like, are you an instruction giver?
If instructions need to be given, I give them, and sometimes they need to be given. So, those like situations where you're like just laying there and you're like, kind of wish I could just be like, you know what? I don't, let's just stop. But you like can't do that. You can, but it's like scary, you know?
I will say, like, having like my last relationship was like 2.5 years ago, maybe. And it was really long. And that's when, like, after getting out of it, like, having all these different experiences, but I definitely like had some encounters where I was like, it's just not happening. It's just, you know what I mean? And the fact that like the encounter had been set up with those parameters in mind of like, what is this for? Like there was something very liberating for me. And same thing with like instructions, something very liberating of like getting to just communicate those things because the parameters that have been laid out because we met on this app or our communication at this point are this. And it was wonderful. So much fun. Learned so much. Like even though I'm ready for a relationship now, like learned so much about myself and stuff. And like, yeah, direction givers. Are you a direction giver, Ruby?
Well, what I was gonna say to what you were just saying, I would say sometimes,
Yeah,
but I
you
also definitely get into that issue where it's like, yeah, you where you're gonna hurt their feelings. And I feel like part
Yeah,
of the reason that
awkward.
like field encounters can be so liberating in that way is because you don't have the emotional attachment. So you're not worried about hurting their feelings in the same way.
yeah,
And
no
so you're
emotional
able to just
attachment
be like,
ever. Like I was cutthroat.
What?
Like I was a little bit like I definitely didn't hook up with people multiple times. Definitely stopped. Like
Oh, th
um,
that's amazing. That
was
is awesome.
infamous for my like take care texts. But like I just wanted like I didn't ghost. I was another thing like I didn't ghost people. Like I that's like never been my thing. That is so crazy to me by the way after being in a relationship for a long time and then getting out and like entering this world again like I'm like what you oh my God. That's so weird to me. But forced me to have really open communication though because I'm like, "Oh, it would be easier not just to, but I'm just like, thanks,
Mhm.
don't think I'm feeling it. Take care."
I think that's good. That's respectful.
Okay.
direct.
Texting someone after or like not continuing to see someone after an encounter is like I do that all the time. I'm more talking about like changing my mind halfway through because I'm like, oh, this is not as good as I thought it was going to be. And now I kind of have to, like, I feel like I have to complete the encounter, or else it's like, also just a lot of mental energy to be like, all right,
Huh.
now this is what you're going to say. And then you have to wait several minutes for them to like get dressed awkward. It's just like a whole thing. So I'm just like, let's just make it easy on ourselves and just finish the job.
Are you finished? Carl,
No,
finished? No.
no. I mean, we just wait. We just wait, basically.
That's hilarious. I love it. I love it.
It's, I
I'm
don't
terrible.
recommend.
Yeah, I definitely stopped some shit mid
That's
happening.
amazing. What do you say?
You know what? I don't think I'm really feeling, can I be honest? I'm not really feeling this. I'm sorry.
Oh, sure, yeah. Do you want to move on to the hot takes section?
Mhm.
Ruby has one, and I
Wait,
also
I
have a
have a
stupid
question.
one.
Were you saying you weren't feeling this segment, or that's what you say to
That's
someone?
what I that's what I say to the person.
Oh,
I think Vanessa thought you were saying you didn't want to talk about this anymore. That was so
No,
confused.
I'm literally like, hey, I'm not really feeling this. Can we? Oh my God, that's how.
you were
So that's
you were
exciting.
so genuine that I was like, oh, okay,
She's an
that's fine.
actor.
That was so good. You tricked me.
I am kind in my letdown. No, thank
That
you.
was
Wow,
so
very
funny.
impressive.
So now we wanted to do a game called Explain That Picture, which I
Ooh,
don't
I
know, we'll read this.
love games.
So
I'm
the
nervous.
picture is the this one that you sent us earlier. Can you tell which one it is?
Oh, okay. Yes.
So we
Yes.
would like to hear the story behind this picture. And so for
Aw.
the listeners, this is Sarah Ann, well, it appears to be Sarah Ann in a backwards hat and coveralls, and I believe the coveralls say dick on them. And she appears to be performing in some capacity.
And you look like a man, right?
Well,
What?
that's, I
What do you
think, to be
mean? I'm not trying to
explained.
look like, no.
Oh God.
I am impersonating a man. Yes, there is facial hair and a
That was so
binder.
scary.
I know, right? I'm sorry. I'm too, God, get me in. Oscar. No, I do drag. I used to do it a lot more and thought that I would become America's next drag superstar. But I still moonlight occasionally, and that is from a one-off from a birthday party I did for a dear friend. And her wife actually was like, "Hey, I want to do drag for my wife's birthday." And I was all, "Okay, I'll show you. I'll train you, but like show her how to do the makeup." I did her makeup and like I helped her come up with a routine. But then I was like, "Oh, hey, I haven't done it in a while. Maybe I'll do it." And that is my character, Dick Damone. And that is actually, so I started doing drag maybe like 10, more than 10 years ago, probably like 15, 14. And so this was sort of like a bringing him back. That was Dick Damone, and it's a routine where I'm a janitor. I come in to clean up because there's drag queens as well, right? Of course, where there's drag kings, there's drag queens. And I come in to sweep up all the dollar bills that have been thrown for the drag queens. And then Dick like hears the music and he like starts dancing and doing a whole routine and getting to like live out his drag queen fantasy, as he picks up and then he shuffles off as the janitor with like the buckets of dollars in the end. But it's this whole routine, and that's me doing it there in that jumpsuit at a little record store in Glassell Park, maybe, um,
Okay.
for a birthday party. Yeah, Dick Damone.
This sounds like a show that I would love to see.
So it's just this thing that I do. I don't know what it is. I do love performing. If there was a way to make a living, like being a full-time drag king, which there is, it's just way too hard. And I like what I do. It's one of my great joys. There is something transformative, I mean, literally, when you put on a beard and contour your face and wear a binder and do these characters and like just say whatever you want. And chicks dig it. Like, I will not lie. Dick gets like he's cute, right? Like he's pretty cute. He kind of looks like Kevin Federline. Like it's he's like not awful.
There is something strangely hot that I don't understand about seeing a woman dressed up as a man. Is that just like a thing for every queer woman? Like something just like happens when you see a woman dressed up as a man and you're like, oh God, why am I so attracted to them? Is that not, does that happen to you guys?
It doesn't necessarily happen to me because, but for at least for me, like I think that it allows us to be more flirty and overt sexually. So I think you bring an energy when you're dressed like
Mm.
that, that like other people pick up on, men and women. I don't know, have you ever dressed as a man before or ever like done any drag or anything like that? You should try it. I will tell you this, you are gonna get, like I can already tell. Like you're already beautiful, so I feel like as a guy, like you're gonna, it's true. Like look at these cheekbones, look at this jawline. Like you feel like
I would love to see Vanessa as a drag king. I'm not gonna lie, you would be a short king, drag king.
that's even better. Like a little pocket rocket, like a little
That could be my
yeah.
drag name,
Yeah, oh my
Pocket
Oh
God,
my
Rocket.
that is
God. For
something.
Vanessa, you could be like Polly Pocket Rocket
That's cute.
or Polly
Wow.
D.
Or Polly D. Oh God. Ah.
Well, Dick Damone, we
Yes.
actually have a little game for you. It's actually about drag queens.
Oh,
Um,
wonderful. Okay, let's see how I do. I'm good at trivia.
we have a couple names, and we want you to tell us if they are real drag queens, like real established drag queens, or names that we just made up, in which case someone in the world might have them because we thought of extremely clever fake names. So, of course, like, I don't know, maybe someone out there has it, but made up and not established drag queens. Do you think you can tell which are the real ones and which are the fake ones?
100%. I'm really good at games.
Oh, I love the
Incredibly confident. We
No,
confidence.
love.
I mean, and if I totally bomb this, whatever, but I'm gonna go in this like a fucking winner.
Oh, I love it. Okay. The first one is Ophelia Nips.
Fake.
Okay. Clitty litter.
That's so clever. Like that, like I do think it might be fake, but like I hope it is real. It's so good. It's so good. It's real. It's real.
Okay.
Salmonella.
That's got to be real.
Areola granola.
That's fake.
Chapel boner.
That's fake. That came from AI. What does that even mean? What even like is that a play on Chapel Roan?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
assume, yeah.
Beyonce.
They I mean, that's great. They are great. Real.
Shaka convict.
Oh, I love it. But fake.
Okay, and the last one is Connilingus.
Oh, real. 100%. Has to be real.
Ruby, I would love for you to do the reveal. What is your guess?
I think I got 3 right out of 8.
You got 100% of them wrong.
That is awesome. I told you I was a winner, and 100% of something is a
You
win
know what? You're right. You
It's
still got
true.
in my
100%.
mind. Like
You did get 100%.
my logic was 100% wrong 100% of the time, which proves that I had some sort of logic, and it's just the opposite of y'all's.
It's true.
Sorry.
So real drag queens that we shouted out were Ophelia Nips,
Ophelia Nips. It took me a while. I'm gonna Ophelia Nips. Oh,
right?
God. Okay. All right. Good job, Ophelia.
Areola granola, Chapel boner, and Shaka convict. That's a pretty good name, right?
Yeah, I would say that's the best one of the real ones
Mm-hmm.
that we have on here.
And that's it for today's episode of Los Angeles. I'm mentally prepping my Pauly D inspired drag king persona as we speak.
Huge thanks to Sarah Ann for joining us and inspiring us to show more skin with her cute pickleball outfits. And again, if you want to shoot your shot, you can apply to date her at lesangelespodcast.com. All of the details are in the description box below.
If you're not watching this episode on YouTube, you can go to our Instagram to see pictures of Sarah Ann.
And if you yourself would like to be a guest on our podcast, please DM us at Les Angeles Podcast on Instagram, reach out through our website, or send us an email at costerandbrown@gmail.com.
Sarah Ann is making her selections on January 13th, but if you're listening to this later, don't worry. She's accepting late submissions if you make a really, really great case for yourself.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Les Angeles Podcast, and don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you listen.
See you next Tuesday.